Stormgate is a spiritual successor to classic real-time strategy games like Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2. Stormgate will feature highly asymmetric armies fighting for control of Earth's future. Today we have an early look at our second faction, the Infernal Host. Infernals live and die by the code of victory at any cost. They have a powerful advantage, Shroud, fields of dark magic that strengthen their armies. The lowliest Infernal units are the Worker Imps. You might think they're cute, but don't get too close. Between these powerful lumbering brutes and the fiends that they unleash, Infernals will sacrifice everything, including themselves, to emerge victorious. On the music front, the Chainsmokers are advising us on our soundtrack. We're working with composers like Frank Klepacki of Command & Conquer. We'll share more later this year, including some of the friends we brought in to lend their voices to our co-op campaign.
All must serve.
All right, what the hell? That's pretty cool. I mean, there's so much to unpack there. What I like here immediately is that a lot of the criticisms people have talked about is like, oh, it seems a bit cartoonish and cutesy. And it's always been like, hey, well, what's going to happen with the Demon faction? Are we going to finally see some stuff that's a little bit darker? And check this out. We've actually got units that start to look a bit darker. I mean, they start with like, look, he looks cute, but hey, he's not so friendly, whatever. So it looks like they have some sort of suicide, right? That looks like basically the worker can just kind of just kamikaze itself onto buildings. And then you've got this guy, the Brute, I think they called it. And it's going to split into these guys. And that's awesome. I mean, that for me, we just literally saw a dude explode, blood go everywhere, and he spawns two little midgets inside of himself that crawl at the enemy and try to eat them. Immediately, I'm sensing some badassness. This actually makes me really happy. They're going a little bit more metal with this faction, and it makes me very, very happy. All right, guys, so we got some more little in-game animations of the Brute to look at. All right, what I love about this immediately is I'm getting ogres from Warcraft 2 vibes. You know, it's like a two-headed creature. You can have them kind of arguing with each other. One of them doesn't even seem to have eyeballs, the left head, right? It's just like a mouth with horns. I don't see any eyes on there. Maybe it's just hidden above this ridgeline. And then it's got a big cleaver in one hand, a punching fist in the other. And look, it's already got this orifice on its chest, which is, of course, where it's designed to split open and spawn the fiends. That's freaking cool. I like it. Now, it looks like I thought it might have powered up for a second there. But if you look at this animation as it goes. All right, so you can see here, if I pause in this animation, comes up and it's got this kind of like red, fiery sort of tattoo all across its back. I'm keen to figure out what the lore is behind that. It also, is that like a horn or a tusk that got chopped off there? Oh yeah, look. Oh, check it out. So the one on the right does have tusks, but or horns. This one's horns have been chopped off. So I wonder if they like fight for dominance and like one of them wins and it becomes like the boss of the two, and they lock their horns and rip them off. Kind of like if you guys have seen like when big mooses or deers fight when they're in the rut or whatever, and then like one of them like rips the other one's bloody horns off their head. That stuff is wild. I hope they're going that gory and ridiculous with the lore. All right, so this one's a little bit quicker. We got the Fiend one to look at. All right, so it's got basically two three-toed legs. Kind of walks like a Pinky from Doom. But then it's got this just like demonic skull face, and it's got a fire butt. As far as I can tell, it's literally just a flame butt, right? Yeah, it's got like just a tail that's just basically covered in flames and just propels it forward, I guess. And then it just snaps at you. It's hungry. Cool. All right, last but not least is the Imp. All right, that is bloody adorable. Let's go through and take a look here. Oh man, it's so cute. It's kind of cool because it's got these super friggin' monstrous demonic hands, and it's just got the most adorable little eyes. It's got these little earrings as well. They gave it piercings. Turns out Frost Giant Mum and Dad decided to take it out to get its ears pierced for the first time. I like it. Looks pretty cool. I mean, this guy's always just looked adorable, and that kind of rounds out a couple of the units that give us a little bit more of a feel for the faction. These seem to be, I would imagine these are like the most well-rounded units that they've like done the most design. They're the most happy with how they look and feel. That's why they're showing them off at this point. And it's cool because you got, there's a little bit of a cute thing, but mostly it's badass and demonic, and there's a little bit of blood and gore and kind of just self-mutilation and sacrifice as part of their combat mechanics, where you've got this thing blows itself up, and then you've also got the brute just splitting itself open and releasing 2 fiends. We also got this screenshot here of a combat, a sort of like in-game screenshot, where you've got here what looks like, let's zoom around. So we've got a few fiends down the bottom. You can see these guys. There's like a dead exo there, I would imagine. There's some brutes over here killing a building, I guess. Here's another brute. Some brutes over here. Looks like they're just fighting some like exos and lancers. There's a Vulcan there. And you can see this looks pretty cool. It looks like maybe that's a corpse of one of the fiends. Oh, and here we've got an imp. Here's an imp in the middle of the battle. Looks like he's deep in the red, barely surviving in the middle of a fight. What are you doing there, buddy? And then over here, we've got another brute and another fiend. Cool. So just giving you a feel for what they kind of look like on the battlefield. It's a static shot. Doesn't give too much away. But yeah, already, I like the tone they're setting here. Notice this is a little darker. There's more bodies everywhere and stuff. It's a war game. And RTS nerds like war, and we like combat, and we like things being a little bit darker and more savage. And it looks like with the Infernal faction, what they're releasing here, they're trying to answer those requests the community are giving them. Give us a little bit of dark. Things can't be too shiny and bright and Overwatchy, you know? We can't have everything being like an animated kids movie. They have also now put out the Infernal multiplayer theme. And this has me really excited because I listened to just a bit of this before, and I got excited. Let's play the entire soundtrack. This goes for a few minutes, but get your good headphones on, get your good speakers on, have a listen. All right, well that was badass. I'm so happy they dropped that track. That is so sick. There's something about that, especially when it kicks in. I think about like 30, 40 seconds into the track, where it just feels like the energy builds up in it. It starts with that, like I think it's like throat singing, right? It kind of reminded me of Mongolian throat singing at the start of that, and then it just builds up that energy. And I got like a sort of pumped feeling like I do when I'm playing Doom. You guys know when you play like Doom Eternal or Doom 2016, and you just the whole setting and the soundtrack just gets you ready to rip some demons' heads off and blast some stuff. It just gets me pumped to play video games, man. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that was a little bit more influenced by what's his name? Klepacki, I believe. Frank Klepacki. He worked on a lot of the Command and Conquer soundtracks. I think he's more of an influence than the Chainsmokers on that. I just gotta go based on the two different styles of music I know them both for. The Chainsmokers have some bloody catchy songs. So I hope you guys are excited for this. Let me know what you think of the soundtrack below. And if there's any more news, I'll keep you guys up to date on everything Stormgate. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye and good night.